Have you ever thought about what truly drives a mature woman to be irresistibly drawn to you, both physically and emotionally? I can tell you, it's not what most people assume. In this video, I'll be sharing 2 key strategies that not only ignite passion, but also foster a deeper emotional bond, which is what truly counts at this stage of life. Let me get personal for a moment. Some time ago, my partner and I hit that point where our intimacy began to feel more routine than exciting. You know that feeling when things start to feel a bit predictable? One evening, without discussing it, we decided to approach things differently. Rather than diving straight into the physical, we slowed down, making space for meaningful eye contact, gentle touches, and conversations that went deeper than our usual chatter. It was like reigniting a spark that had been dimming. That spark that had dimmed for a while suddenly came back to life, and what followed, both physically and emotionally, was incredibly profound. Over time, I've realized that for mature women like us, it's not just about physical techniques or movements. It goes far deeper. What truly matters is how present you are in that intimate moment. And here's something important. What I'm about to share with you is supported by solid research. Harvard University studies show that a strong emotional connection before and during intimate moments greatly enhances the experience for both partners. It's not just about physical contact, but how connected you both feel in that shared moment. So if you're curious about how just 2 simple strategies can revolutionize your intimate life, stick around until the end. I'll also share practical tips backed by research and real-life stories to help her feel more connected, secure, and deeply attracted to you. My name is Celia, and if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on my upcoming content. Let's dive in. Let's start with the first key: maintaining the connection that fuels lasting passion. Emotional connection is the foundation that keeps passion alive, particularly as we reach a more mature phase in life. Did you know that for women over 50, their sexual desire is often closely tied to the emotional bond they share with their partner? According to a study from the University of Chicago, 80% of women surveyed valued emotional connection more than the physical act itself. And it makes sense. At this stage, the body is just one part of the experience, while the emotions and spirit take center stage. Here's a simple yet powerful tip that often gets overlooked, but can change everything. Before any intimate moment, take the time to truly connect with her. This doesn't mean just being physically present, but engaging in a deeper way. Share a heartfelt conversation, offer soft touches, or exchange looks that say everything without words. It's like laying the groundwork for something more meaningful. Each small gesture becomes a seed that can reignite passion, and trust me, she'll notice. Let me share a personal story to illustrate. There was a night when my partner and I chose to break away from our usual routine. Instead of diving into the familiar, we slowed down and simply enjoyed each other's company. We started by sharing a conversation that made us laugh, followed by gentle, unhurried touches. What we both realized afterward was that this emotional connection beforehand made everything that followed far more intense. Sometimes the most enjoyable part isn't reaching the destination, but savoring the journey itself. The foreplay, the light caresses, the softly spoken words create an atmosphere where both partners feel truly seen, valued, and desired. For a woman, this emotional connection is key. It's not always about the intensity of physical contact, but the depth of the emotional bond that enhances the experience. Small, thoughtful actions can spark something much greater. A simple but powerful tip: let her know that you desire her, not just physically, but emotionally too. It's not just about showing desire with your body, but being fully present in the moment. When she feels that you're completely engaged, mind, body, and spirit, it changes everything. It's no longer just about the physical connection, it's about making her feel valued, cherished, and loved in a way that words alone can't express. This doesn't just ignite passion in the moment, it deepens the emotional bond for the long run. In the end, what sticks with us isn't the grand gestures, but those quiet, intimate moments where we truly feel connected. Now let's talk about the second key: the power of the spooning position. This seemingly simple act is much more than physical closeness. For a mature woman, The sense of security and emotional connection spooning provides is essential. It's the perfect blend of emotional intimacy and physical comfort, offering a safe, nurturing space where both partners can feel deeply connected. At this stage in life, that feeling of closeness and reassurance becomes even more important. At this stage in life, experiences are valued as much for how they touch our hearts as for the physical enjoyment they bring. The spooning position, for example, goes far beyond a simple embrace. Here's why it's so special. When a woman is held in this way, she feels secure, enveloped in your arms, which fosters a sense of protection that's crucial. And don't be fooled, this feeling of safety doesn't diminish the passion. In fact, it amplifies it. When a woman feels safe, she's more likely to open up emotionally, and as a result, also physically. This is where true intimacy unfolds. I recall reading a study in the Journal of Sex and Marital Therapy, which found that couples who engage in positions that involve sustained skin-to-skin contact report feeling a deeper emotional connection. It makes perfect sense. Spooning isn't just about physical closeness, but about nurturing an emotional bond. It's a powerful way to strengthen the connection on both levels. Don't underestimate the power of spooning, but don't see it as just a passive embrace either. You can turn this moment into something truly special with small actions that make a big impact. For instance, use the opportunity to whisper softly in her ear. It doesn't need to be anything grand, just a simple compliment, like telling her how beautiful she is or how good it feels to have her so close. Trust me, those words in that moment will resonate deeply. While you're in this position, you also have the chance to explore her most sensitive areas. There's no need to rush. Moving slowly can be far more powerful. Gentle touches on her neck, a soft glide of your hand across her hips, or even a kiss behind her ear can heighten the experience. Spooning creates the perfect space to play with anticipation and slowly build the connection. Building up pleasure slowly can make the moment even more intense when it's time to take things further. What really matters in this position is how you use that closeness to deepen the connection. It's a chance to bond with her, not just physically, but emotionally, fostering the sense of comfort that, in a mature relationship, can lead to something far greater. As you may already know, sometimes the slow, deliberate build-up is what leaves the most lasting impact. Now let's dive into a different dynamic, the reverse cowgirl. While visually exciting, this position carries a deeper significance, especially for a mature woman. Here, she takes control. And that's where the real power lies. Giving her the opportunity to lead and express herself can be incredibly empowering. This position can completely shift the dynamic between you and your partner. Consider this. At this stage in life, a woman has a deeper understanding of herself, more confidence in her body, and a clearer sense of what brings her pleasure. The reverse cowgirl offers her the freedom to control the rhythm, the angle, and the intensity. For a mature woman who may have spent years trying to meet external expectations, having control in the bedroom can feel not only liberating but deeply fulfilling. A friend once shared an experience that perfectly illustrates this. When she and her partner tried the reverse cowgirl for the first time, it wasn't just the ability to tailor the movement to her own comfort that made it special. It was the confidence that emerged from taking charge. In that moment, she realized that true satisfaction wasn't just physical. It was about feeling empowered and desired in a way that resonated on a much deeper level. This shift in dynamic has a profound impact on both her and her partner. Now, here's where you come into play. Even though she's taking charge, your role is essential. It's about supporting her and creating an environment where she feels completely free to explore her desires. Research by sexologist Tracy Cox indicates that when a woman believes she has control over her pleasure, her level of satisfaction and enjoyment increases significantly. So instead of merely observing, you can actively engage through words, gentle touches, and encouraging glances that enhance her sense of empowerment. Additionally, this position offers you an incredible view of her body, adding an exciting visual element to the experience. But what's truly intriguing is that it's not just about the physical perspective. It's about the message that view conveys, a confident woman who knows her desires and isn't afraid to express them. It serves as a powerful reminder of the self-assurance these experiences can foster, especially at a time when many assume passion might be fading. Don't underestimate the emotional significance of this position. When she feels free to explore without fear of judgment or pressure, it creates a whole new level of intimacy between you. It's like conveying to her, "You're in charge, and I trust you," which can have a profound impact. It's not just about the act itself, it's about how you engage with her both physically and emotionally in that moment. Ultimately, the reverse cowgirl offers much more than just physical pleasure. It creates a space for her to showcase her confidence, desires, and freedom. For you, it's a chance to demonstrate that you appreciate and value every aspect of that experience. At this point in life, confidence truly becomes the most potent aphrodisiac. Now, let's talk about the importance of rhythm. How to read her body is essential. When it comes to pleasure, we often get caught up in technique or positions, but the real key is how well you attune yourself to her body. Every individual has their own rhythm and unique body language, and learning to recognize this is crucial for crafting an unforgettable experience. This skill doesn't come naturally. It demands focus, presence, and most importantly, patience. First, it's important to recognize that a mature woman's body reacts to stimuli differently than it did in her younger years. A study by the Kinsey Institute suggests that while sexual response in women over 50 may be slower, it can also be much deeper and more prolonged when given the right time and attention. This implies that rushing the process can be one of the biggest pitfalls. Just imagine her menstruation. A woman's body is much like a piece of music. Sometimes it flows softly and slowly, with gentle notes that build gradually, while at other times it escalates in intensity, culminating in an explosive climax. Your role is to learn to interpret that rhythm. How can you do this? Start by paying attention to her breathing. If it quickens or deepens, that's a strong indication you're on the right path. Also, watch her reactions to your touches, kisses, or movements. If she arches her back or closes her eyes, chances are you're hitting the right notes. Here's an important tip. Don't hesitate to ask. We often make things complicated by thinking we need to guess everything, but open communication is one of the most vital secrets to a satisfying intimate life. A simple question like, "Do you like this?" or "How does that feel?" can unlock a whole new level of pleasure. Remember, showing vulnerability in these moments doesn't make you less of a man. On the contrary, it enhances your awareness and connection, which is invaluable. What often works best is to alternate between different rhythms. Avoid getting stuck in a single tempo. Begin slowly and gently, allowing anticipation to build. Then, when you sense her body responding, gradually increase the intensity. Just be mindful that it's not about making abrupt changes. It's about a smooth escalation that heightens the pleasure with every passing moment. Another important factor to consider is that rhythm isn't solely about physical movements. It also encompasses emotional connections. Sometimes, a soft whisper in her ear or a well-timed word can transform the entire atmosphere. For a woman, pleasure goes beyond the physical realm. It's about feeling desired, valued, and above all, understood. The key is to remain fully present without falling into the trap of simply completing a task. This isn't a race. There's no need to rush to a finish line. In fact, the more time you dedicate to tuning into her body and interpreting the signals she sends, the more intense the outcome will be. Ultimately, when you learn to read a woman's body, you discover that it doesn't have to be overly complex. It's about being in harmony, paying attention to the finer details, and being adaptable with the rhythm. What truly makes an experience memorable isn't just the actions you take, but the way you engage and the level of connection you cultivate throughout the process. Now, let's delve into an often overlooked topic that can enhance intimacy: fantasies after 50. This stage of life is an ideal time to be bold and explore those desires you may have kept under wraps for years. And trust me, your partner likely has her own fantasies as well. It's commonly thought that fantasies are a peat. It's a common misconception that fantasies are only a thing of youth. In reality, a study published in the Archives of Sexual Behavior reveals that both men and women continue to experience active sexual fantasies well into their 60s and 70s. The difference between couples who successfully bring their fantasies to life and those who don't often lies in their willingness to discuss these desires openly. This is where many people falter, as sharing these thoughts can feel uncomfortable or daunting. However, I promise that once you break through that barrier, everything becomes much more thrilling. Picture this: a tranquil afternoon, both of you relaxed at home, perhaps with a glass of wine in hand. The ambiance is ideal for starting a conversation about those little desires you've kept to yourself. You don't need to dive right into the deep end. You can ease into it with something light, like, "I've been thinking about." Have you ever found yourself fascinated by the idea of exploring your fantasies, or considered it from this angle? By doing so, you establish a safe environment where both of you can communicate openly without fear of judgment. When that trust exists, it paves the way for a deeper level of intimacy. Keep in mind that these fantasies don't always have to be grand. They can be as straightforward as trying something new at home, switching up your usual spot, or planning a getaway to an exotic location where you can both break free from the everyday routine. The key is to be brave enough to step outside the ordinary and discover one another in ways you may not have thought of before. Aim to create a space where both of you can be entirely genuine. When you both feel liberated to discuss your likes or the things you've always wanted to experience, it fosters a stronger connection. Here's another piece of advice: make sure to listen to her. Often, simply allowing her to share her desires without judgment or preconceived notions is a significant gift. That sense of being truly heard and understood can deepen your bond. Understanding this dynamic is incredibly powerful and can ignite a spark you may not have realized existed. Ultimately, fantasies after 50 are not solely about the physical act. They encompass the freedom to explore together, experience new sensations, and rediscover one another during a time in life when love, trust, and connection take on greater significance. So if you've ever felt like you've exhausted all possibilities, let me assure you that there's still plenty more to explore. It's all about having the courage to venture out. As we wrap up, I want you to hold on to this key idea. Regardless of your age, there's always an opportunity to continue learning, exploring, and enhancing your intimate life. Maturity isn't a barrier. It's an entryway to a new chapter of personal and shared discovery. Today, we discussed various positions, emotional connections, fantasies, and the crucial role of trust. Everything you need to rejuvenate your intimate life is already within you. All you have to do is implement it. So the next time you're with your partner, remember these insights. Be mindful, present, and fully engaged. Above all, savor the moment, because life is too short not to embrace it fully. If you've made it this far, you're truly a champion. Drop "I love wisdom" in the comments so I know you've joined me on this journey. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. I'm Celia, and I want this space to be one where we discuss meaningful topics that impact your life and contribute to your personal growth each day. I genuinely hope you found this message valuable. Congratulations on reaching this point and completing the video. It shows your commitment to self-improvement. If you liked the video, please share your thoughts in the comments. If you're unsure what to say, just write "I dare" so I know you made it to the end. And if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Join us now. Thank you for your attention, and until next time, keep shining, warrior.